Hi everybody, in this video we'll be going to show you when not to use, or I'm going to be sharing with you when not to use a chatbot. So this is gun to the head, just to borrow a phrase from Gary Halbert, which is, if you had a gun to your head, what marketing campaign would you run? And this was I think about 10 grand experiment that someone had done. Can't share much more than that, where what we did was they copied an element of, I think it was this site, or a site that looks similar to this, because if you have a look here, it's visually very appealing. You click that little button there and it gives you this kind of a chatbot style thing that keeps going, which is something similar to what you can do inside LeadsHook as well. So if you just keep going, and what it does, it scrolls up and down, all the way down, keeps going all the way down. So the test that we ran was to come up with a different variation of this, which is just to ask a simple question, like, rather than creating a bot style, just to go for a normal sort of your normal decision tree quiz style questioning. And the quiz style basically ended up winning. And I've seen that in many experiments that we've done over the last couple of years, is the format, or the kind of like the coolness of this almost supersedes the marketing decision, where it's like, oh, I need this because it looks so kind of nice and sexy and cool, but the actual performance of this is not as consistent. So here's what I'm going to say is, if you would have a gun to your head, chatbot is not what I would be using. I'd go for a normal decision tree, quiz style, create different pathways that you've learned in the previous trainings, and then create this as a split test variation rather than jumping immediately to this, because the aesthetics kind of supersedes function here, and I'd rather you focus on conversions. The other reason that I found why I think, and this is my conjecture, is that some audiences find it that it kind of drags on and on and on. And for that reason, we've come up with the shapeshifter chatbot variation, which you'll see very, very shortly. So if you'd have gone to the head, definitely would not be using a chatbot. The go-to format is still the normal quiz style, and then use this more as an experimentation rather than running to this as your very first decision tree into the market. Now, to go through the basic training on just to create a normal decision tree, in case you haven't done that, is at leadshook.com/help/LeadsHook101, and that'll give you access to that. All right, now let's go through the training to see what the biggest mistake is if you are going to create a chatbot. That's in the next video.